guys who don't want to listen no matter what. And those are the guys who wind up losing billions and millions of dollars. How does a guy like Antoine Walker lose $100 million? Because we had people who weren't willing to tell him what was necessary so they can continue to collect, even tell him the bad news and tell him the hard news, because they just wanted to collect their fees and move on. Or he wasn't willing to listen when they did tell him. And, that's frustrating down in the one. And I ran into some of that with some of my clients. Fortunately, most of my clients did well, the ones who stayed with us. Look at a guy like Joe Smith, who after a year or so left us because, the grass was greener to members of his family. Little did they know that he would ultimately get defrauded by, some of the people that took him away from us.
Wow.
That happened down the road. And, Joe Smith was recently on one of the cable stations, CNBC, talking about how he's pretty much lost everything. And he's trying to get back on the feet. So, that's the reason why so many guys don't want to be involved in representing athletes, because it's not anywhere near as easy as people would think.
Wow. You know what? And, and people like myself, laymen, we always just assume that, I'm gonna tell you the mentality that I have, and you talk to people in the barbershops and family gatherings, that even if they blow all that money, you have an NBA pension to fall back on, and that's just it's amazing that Joe Smith is, I'm thinking, about 46 years old, and
well, you can't touch it till he's 50, and that's at a reduced rate.
Wow.
So and if you can wait longer, you can wait till you're 65. Depending on how long. Joe spent a lot of time in the league bouncing around. He could make a decent amount of money for the rest of his life, but that's a long time from now.
Yeah. I mean, like I say, he's if I'm not mistaken, Joe is 46 or 45, and I'm 48.
Yeah.
And 60 is a long way away, and 50, and when you're struggling, it's like 50 years,
Yeah, exactly.
6 years is
made out really well in losing his money, but somebody took care of him. Is Allen Iverson.
right.
Allen had some financial difficulties, but somewhere along the line, some financial manager decided to do what they call an spendthrift kind of account that put money away from him. And I might have been Reebok or somebody put money away from him that he couldn't touch until he was of a certain age. And before you talk about, having that come in handy. He's another one of those guys that's in his mid-late 40s that can ultimately touch this money coming up pretty soon. The hope is that he's learned his lesson and he won't blow through this. But, that's the kind of help that certainly the players certainly need at a time when, they would, as I said, don't listen to advice or, have other people defraud them. And that's a major problem, fraud, because you look at one of the smartest guys that was in pro basketball, Tim Duncan. He took the guy off the ball, and he had a financial manager steal, $20-some odd million from him. That guy finally got caught. And, he's in jail now, serving time. But nevertheless, Tim Duncan can't get that $20-something million now.
Exactly.
And Kevin Garnett now has the same guy represent him. Kevin Garnett is looking into how he might be able to recoup that money, but I got to feel that money going to strong. And, Kevin Garnett is just fresh out of luck as well. And again, smart guys also get victimized because they take their eye off the ball.
How can you, because when you hear those things, the natural inclination for us is to go, how could you do that? Do you know how that happens, or is it just one of those things?
It's easy. And when I say easy, it's not something that you try to do. But one, you allow people to, and you advocate your responsibility to look over your books and say, I'm playing ball. I don't need this. My man's taking care of it. That kind of misplaced trust. Or you do things such as what I heard from Antoine Walker. I don't know if it's true or not. But, they say that he paid to put everybody in his little entourage to give him a credit card. It's not their money. They got a credit card. They can do what they want to do.
Exactly.
So he was making that $100 million a year. And remember, $100 is not $100 million. Half of that is gone in taxes, unless you live in a state like Texas or Florida with no income tax. But even then, 35, 38, 40% is going to Uncle Sam.
Right.
And then you've got other expenses, whether you've got baby mamas and some other child support that you have to deal with, whether you have family that you're trying to help, and then you add on top of that, giving friends credit cards, and that money will go fast. And I think young men today are a lot smarter than that right now. I'm not sure you're going to see a lot of stories like that going forward, and also there are more safeguards. Hopefully the union is smarter in, certify these people, and, they keep an eye on them.
Okay.
That's not going to help the guys in the past.
Right. That is a terrible situation. And so as you move forward, how do you see the college game advancing once this one and done rule? Because I actually have an idea for that too as well. I'm gonna ask you after you answer that question.
I think the college is going to be just fine. I think that you're still going to have players. No, you may not have the kind of talent that you can promote. You're not going to see the Zion Williamsons, who people are now falling in love with. He's the poster child, for supreme college basketball talent. You're not going to see guys like that, but there are enough guys that you can talk about coming in so you can get excited about. But more than anything else, I think the marketing of the college game is going to go back to the name on the front of the jersey instead of the name on the back of the jersey.
Okay.
That's how they market the NBA. And as I said, there are the similarities as such, because in some way, shape, or form, ESPN and the other networks that push the NBA utilize college basketball as another method of marketing the NBA. They do it in not much of the same way. Because constantly you're talking about those college stars, and you want to either conflate their skills with that of pro players, or you want to project their skills into the pros. And once again, you're directly or indirectly marketing the NBA as well. I think it'll go back to marketing college basketball as a different entity. And people who are fans of college basketball will continue to be fans of college basketball. March Madness will continue to be March Madness.
Oh, okay. Now, also, idea I had is, do you think they would be better suited to just start marketing? Big Monday, Super Tuesday used to be the big thing. How about, we continue to see these schools that we've never heard of advance further and further along in the NCAA tournament? Why not dedicate some time to those institutions, which in my opinion would enhance the March Madness experience?
I think that's an interesting point. The problem is, during this time, pre-NCAA tournament, we're conditioned to think about the blue bloods, the big names, and the big conferences. We're conditioned to think about that. So if you had Loyola Chicago, they are not going to the Final Four. If you have Loyola Chicago playing Duke, nobody would care. They think, oh, that's another patsy for Duke.
Right.
So they, with their seniors and, the underrated players, but, with good coaching and the discipline and the team play, get to the NCAA tournament and are able to display those skills and being an underdog for all the marbles. That's where the interest comes in. You don't have that same interest or same drama in the season. If they upset a team like that, people will talk about that for a week or two. If they lose, people will talk about the game for a day. But if you upset people in the tournament, where it's one and done and for all the marbles, and now, this seed has never beaten this seed, and, these guys, you haven't heard of them before, but now they're beating the blue bloods, all of a sudden there's drama attached to it. And that's why I think it's more popular for these teams to move up. And usually the DNA of teams like that are usually teams that have juniors and seniors, and even 50 seniors playing for against the teams that have the one and done, the freshmen that are young but untested in that type of pressurized situation, the one and done situation. That's when they serve the game well more times than any other time on a national basis. Regionally, yeah, teams that play in the Missouri Valley Conference in those areas, those teams are exciting. Teams that play in the Northeast League, they hear up Northeast Conference up in New England and on the East Coast, within their little conference, those teams are exciting. But on a national basis, during the regular season, no one gives them a second thought. It's only when they come up against the big boys in a one-and-done situation where the potential for upset is there, if people get interested.
True. I always assume that everybody's just a fanatic, much like myself. And I was thinking, like, see some of these Big Sky tournaments, Big Sky games, teams playing against each other. And, like, I used to stay up at night and watch New Mexico State. But, of course, I had a vested interest because I knew Johnny Selvey, and that's why I would stay up. But it just seems as if we knew more of the players in those smaller conferences, the NCAA tournament would be that much better. Because even if I just saw a Wichita State once, and they had a hell of a game versus a New Mexico State, when the tournament came about, I was assuming that most people would be like me and would be eager to watch. But then that goes back to what you're saying. It's telling you about something versus looking into the team.
Yeah, and again, you think about it, and the drama is not there until you get to the tournament.
Right.
The nation doesn't really know about those teams, and finally, what it comes down to is that these teams are the kind of teams that, unless they do something, unless they win, the casual fan is not going to really understand who they are, and that's the largest swath of viewers. It's the casual fan, not the local and rabid fan like you and I might be, thinking about college basketball. Not the truly interested fan. It's the casual fan that makes up the large majority of college basketball fans.
This is true.
I'm enjoying this, but I'm going to have to jump in a minute. But, maybe we can do this another time down the road.
That would be awesome.
It's been good, yeah. I enjoy it. Thanks for, letting me get out whatever information I've gotten out.
Okay. Well, tell us how to keep in contact with you. And I do this thing called the Supreme Court. Like with you, it'll be the top 9 power forwards in your opinion, and I call it the Supreme Court is because the Supreme Court pretty much lays out what's going on in the country, and your Supreme Court will be the Supreme Court of power forwards. So let us know how to keep in contact with you, and then what's going on with you, and then please, if you have time, give us your Supreme Court.
Yeah, and you guys, whoever I was in touch with, might have been UH. But it could have been somebody else. You guys have my email. Just shoot me an email and I'll get you back.
Okay.
All right?
Nice having
like I said, it's a pleasure.
It was definitely a pleasure talking to you, Mr. Elmore. And I look forward to speaking with you.
Man.
Oh, okay. Okay, Lynn. All right.
I'm not that much older.
All right. It was good talking to you, man. And I will be reaching out to you in the future, and we'll continue this conversation. Thank you.
All right, sounds good.
All right, thank you. With that being said, man, let me continue this show. I want to thank Lynn Elmore for giving us a little bit of his time. I had a ball talking to him. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. And with that being said, man, let's get on with the rest of this sports week. It was an insane week. You got like I said, you got the NBA. You got guys on the field on the court fighting. You got guys having a whole bunch of issues. Let's start off first and foremost with some of these sucker MCs, I call them, y'all call them sportscasts, I call them sucker MCs. I really don't like the way